What's up, dudes? Welcome back to OCAST, your award-winning island gateway to all things. It was Graham that started that. I've got him. I can blame someone else for it.
Say that
But
5 times fast.
yes, try it. Just try that. And of course, we're back. And as you can see, the Smeg Hebs are back, and we're into the territory of season 3 now. So I'll just quickly go around the team. Ralph, what's happening with you?
Yeah, just been busy, taking lots of photos and lots of guitar stuff as well because I've joined a band recently, so we're getting our rehearsals together. So watch this space for a dark side related band. I will reveal more as the weeks go by.
I was fully expecting you were going to give us a Hebridean flavoured rendition of the Red Dwarf theme with your band.
Well, maybe we ought to. Maybe we should. I'll see what I can do.
Yes. Getting yourself and an accordion player played out, that could really work. And Kieran, what's happening with you up there? Way up top.
Not much. I mean, I just started a new job quite recently, enjoying it so far. And just catching up on a wee bit Red Dwarf for tonight.
All right. So with that, like I said, we are into season 3, era 3, epoch 3, volume 3, however you want to call it. And am I right in saying we're now into peak Red Dwarf territory with us? This is when I think the planets aligned, all the gears, everything just meshed, and they were just firing on all cylinders now.
You can tell immediately within the first 3 episodes that their budget has massively increased.
Yeah, absolutely.
Comparatively. you gotta have to caveat that, because there's a bit of trivia early on. Do you know what the budget was for a whole season or era of Red Dwarf was for one single series?
For like the original 2 series, anyway. Or
well,
general.
From this on, this was actually applied to season 6. When you think of how good season 6 was, but season 3 onwards, I think this was the standard budget for any BBC show at the time. So can you take a guess, like for the whole series, what do you think the budget was?
20,000?
No, it was Ralph. You want to take a guess?
$500,000 for the whole series.
It was actually $1.5 million.
1.5 million.
Which you think that's generous, but as soon as you think of salaries, sets, everything, it quickly diminishes. And just to compare, that's the exact same budget they gave to Blackadder, which was on the go roughly about the same time. But the reason why Blackadder always looked fantastic was they were period pieces. And if you want to do a period piece, you've got everything you need at the BBC. You want to do sci-fi, you've got to get creative bloody quickly at the BBC, even if they allow you to do the bloody thing to start with, because this is the area of was the commissioner state, the guy who famously hated Red Dwarf.
Michael Grade hated Red Dwarf.
Michael Grade.
Yeah.
He's pretty much a hated producer all round, I think. But yeah, to get him to commission a sci-fi show was an achievement on its own. And you want another fun fact about Michael Grade? Himself and Chris Morris, who did the incredible Brass Eye, they got into it about something. And then when Chris Morris moved to Channel 4, infamously in one of the episodes of Brass Eye, he occasionally flashed up a single frame of Michael Grade as a "See you next Tuesday" flashed up on the So the one that you do not piss someone like Chris Morris off, because you will pay for it. You cannot defeat that guy. But anyway, getting back to Red Dwarf, I've gone way off tangent there. So
when have we ever done that?
Yeah, I know, we've never done that. Well, so the age-old question, top episode. I don't think we've had you nominated top episodes first, Kieran, so the floor is yours.
I would say, honestly, first that comes to mind is probably Polymorph.
Okay, right.
I just enjoyed it thoroughly, and it obviously uses the humor that they have developed over the past 2 time periods, and it's just the silliness of it, and the idea that this creature is introduced, where it doesn't outright kill you, but sucks away an aspect of your personality completely, erases it from your being. And in the case of Lister, it sucks out his not his cowardice, because that's Rimmer, but it sucks out like an aspect of that, that make him kind of want to run away, but he just becomes this sort of take things straight on. And when he recovers from the infirmary med bay, the first thing he pretty much says is when they're getting ready to go, "Let's go twat it."
Yes.
And I've discovered myself over the last episodes or the last couple of reels, my verbal tick of so I'm already marking off one for this episode, not counting that last one.
So if anyone's watching, if you want a good drinking game and you don't think a liver is important, you can take a shot whenever Kieran does I think that one, how many was there in that 1 20-second reel I put up?
At
I don't
least 4. I mean,
Yes.
if I'm going to go with the current generation, 6, 7.
Yeah. Keeping it with the kids, yeah. But yeah, for me, rewatching that is very obvious. This was their version of the Thing on a budget.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
even the creature design, like for the budget, that creature design is incredible, and it's genuinely horrifying when it finally reveals its form. Like it looks, and it does resemble, like if you one of the variations of the Thing, it definitely has such a strong resemblance to that.
Yeah.
And it's even that it does have that aspect of the Thing. Who is this? Even though, like, I love how it's so bloody obvious with the cat, but he doesn't realize. Randomly, a beautiful woman has appeared, and he's not question. He's just, my luck is in. And is this one of the few times the cat's actually confident around an actual woman when he meets one?
Yeah, it's a fake woman.
Yes, so that explains it still, because it's historically he's the ladies' man, but then when he actually meets a real flesh and blood woman, he just stands there bamboozled by them. So, your own thoughts on this one, Ralph?
Well, I'm going to pick a different episode. I'm going to go for Backwards, because I think Backwards is my
the
favourite
first episode.
I particularly remember watching it at the time. And I think I'd seen the previous 2 seasons kind of off and on. I was aware of Red Dwarf, but then suddenly there was a leap forward of it being, like something that was really high profile. And basically, suddenly everybody was like, yeah, Red Dwarf's on. And I remember this episode just being particularly like a leap forward. They were out of the studio, their budget had increased, there was a new character, and I just think the writing's just really spot on in that. And yes, I have kissed a girl, and I recovered.
Yes.
I don't know if you've seen that in the chat.
We've covered.
Yeah, I generally like the silly humor of Backwards. It's also relatively witty and partially clever as well.
Yeah, actually, I think it's way more clever than a lot of folk give it, to actually script things to happen in reverse. Because the directors talked about it. Like a lot, the left to right rule of filmmaking and all that. So having to do that all in reverse, they said it screwed with their heads massively. And to go off on a tangent here, you're a music man, Ralph. So do you know of a YouTuber called Rob Scanlon?
Yes, yeah.
So you'll remember a few years ago, he did a cover of Metallica's Enter Sandman.
Yeah.
And what was unique was he played every single part of it in reverse, then flipped it in editing, and then played that so it sounded forwards. And he said that took him months, and it said it nearly drove him insane. So, like, if you think it is such a difficult thing to do, to actually script things, because the reverse bar fight is like, you had to think that through so much, how to get choreography, but you still also get the Red Dwarf humor going through it as well.
And the reverse eating is particularly good in that.
That was just horrific but hilarious at the same time.
And then, of course, that final joke with the cat going off to the bushes. When you realise what that means.
Yeah.
But also, one thing to point, this is and good times that Robert Llewellyn joins the cast. This is and he's just effortlessly joins the chemistry's there. That's Kryten. It's not like, this is early Kryten and he's still figuring out. It's just that's the Kryten that stays for the rest of the show. It's just it's a remarkable just how he stepped into that.
Mm-hmm.
We have to say, though, it's slightly
it's-
weird. There was
it
no
also got a-
explanation for why he suddenly was in the crew. Obviously there'd been the Kryten episode with a different actor, and then
Right.
suddenly there's Kryten.
Mm-hmm.
There actually is. Have you actually tried to read that prologue crawl they have for this episode?
No.
The one that starts and then it just gets faster and faster and
Yeah.
faster because they're dumping so much exposition at you. There are people who have slowed down and figured out what it all says. So it does, I think, explain how Kryten's joined. And hello, Robbie. What's happening, Keef? But no, see, I was debating. There was 2 episodes, and it was backwards or marooned for me. And the thing is, marooned is unquestionably one of the best written episodes ever.
Yeah.
It's just that is peak Lister and Rimmer. But it's just I have such fond memories of backwards as a kid. I was just fascinated by that episode. How did they do all of this?
Yeah.
But I think we will. Shall we go on to marooned? This is just if you want something that explores Rimmer and Lister. I mean, this is just gold. It's just every line, every revelation about the 2 characters is just, and it's just the 2 of them in a room for the whole episode, basically.
It's a cheap episode.
Yeah, even by Red Dwarf standards, it's a cheap episode.
Yeah, I mean, it's largely set in one place, which is a set or 2 less from the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Epics series,
Yes.
ages. It's just based around Lister's survival. Because even though Rimmer is there, he's a hologram, he's already dead, he's largely unaffected. So he has to help Lister survive as well. And they start talking about what they need to burn to survive. And Lister starts listing off Shakespeare and the other books that belong to Rimmer. And Rimmer's trying to no. Two.
I just found that it was that interesting. He started to, the complete we'll get plenty of fire out of this. You can't burn it. And Rimmer's making it that that's the last copy probably in existence of one of the most, but Rimmer's actually never read it. I've got to think that's a joke about how so many folk will probably have that book.
Yes.
The complete one. But have they actually ever read the damn thing or any other of these classic novels? And people be up in arms if they got burnt or just.
And Lister challenges him to recite one of the speeches from one of Shakespeare's works. He goes, "Now." That's it.
But it's an important speech because it leads to that thing and the other thing and blah blah blah. So you can't remove that from history. And then of course there's one of Rimmer's best confessions that in a previous life.
Yes,
Alexander the Great's
I was Alexander the Great's chief eunuch.
Yeah,
and it's like that. You think this is building? He was. Oh, is he Alexander the Great's right-hand man? One of those, no, his chief eunuch. Is like, and he's so proud of it.
I mean, he was disappointed that he wasn't Alexander the Great himself, but he got to be the chief eunuch, so that meant something.
But what I got a vibe of from this episode was, again, Ralph, you'll remember, it felt very Smith and Jones-like. Smith, I don't know what you would call those sketches they did, where it's the 2 of them leaning I got that vibe from it. Is that a dual log? You got a monologue with just one person dual. The 2 of them would do those incredible sketches and it was just exchanging these witty lines, and it just gave that vibe to me, very similar. But,
I think, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. And it's just wall to wall, that episode just does not let up. And it just really explores the 2 of those characters. And then, of course, it's towards the end when so the part of it is that and Rimmer says, well, I've burned my books, you've got to burn your guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, what he does, he draws out a line on the chest. and then when it comes back, burn the books, burn the soldiers, burn them all. You've done yourself. And he's going, "You're a great man, Dave. You're a man of honor, a man."
And I think
And you just see Lister going, "Oh,
Oh.
God, he's actually feeling bad about it."
and River becomes so oblivious to it, and
Yeah.
he starts smelling the wood. It's like, oh, that's whatever wood it was.
Camphor
guitar
wood,
was
wasn't
made
Your
it?
of
guitar was made out of it, and he's like, "Oh, you're such a good man."
And it's just, you
on.
see the drop is, and of course you got also Lister eating the dog food as well.
Yes.
This isn't dog food. This is a prime fillet
Prime
steak.
steak, prime
Yeah.
fillet steak with I think like onion gravy.
See, the
I
whole
wondered,
guitar
was that
thing, though, is a good theme, wasn't it? You know, of Lister's guitar,
Yeah.
him being terrible at it, but assuming he was really good. And I'm sure his guitar
Yeah.
gets trashed several times during the run of the whole series altogether. I'm sure there's a couple more times when it gets trashed, but miraculously it always seems to reappear.
Yeah, because it's like it's the same way. Because he gets on to Rimmer, you value those books, but you can barely recite it. And he goes, you value that guitar, but it's just bloody terrible at it, and he barely plays it probably.
I love the reveal toward the end when Kat and Kryten actually managed to find them, and Rimmer's like all proud. It's like, "Oh, I've gotten to know Lister. He's not who I thought he was. He's like he's an incredible man. He's a brave man. He'll do anything. He would never put himself first. He'll make the grand sacrifice." And you see Lister just come through, go into the cupboard, take out his guitar. And
he just says, "Excuse me," and then and because it's all the facial expression as well.
Yeah,
because the writers could have easily had him go off in a rage, but he just keeps stern and quiet, and it's just Chris Barry's face, and then it's just they walk to the chest, they open
open the
again,
chest.
an interesting, a really cool bit of way to film it from the perspective of the guitar-shaped hole, and then just the line, "Get the hacksaw." And he goes,
"What are you going to do, sir?" "I'm going to do what Alexander the Great once did to me."
Yeah, that's genius. Isn't it?
It's just like, yeah, it is, and it's just to, because the obvious thing is to have him in a rage, but to have him say the lines cold and deliberate like that, he says, "All right, he, in the very most British way, he is so pissed off that he's not raising his voice."
The other great thing about this episode
like
is all the detail you get about their life story, and you get more detail about Rimmer's father and all that background that's created the monster that is Arnold J. Rimmer. Just those little nuggets of information add up to the brilliant character.
Like when Lister gives that story of how he lost his virginity, and Rimmer's only question was, "On a golf course?" Yeah. Well, I hope you paid.
It's like, were you a member of the golf club? No.
Yeah.
It's like, that's the most amazing part of that story. For when I'm not
Wasn't the fact that Lister was 12, but more to do with it was on the golf course.
I dropped my skateboard when I saw her naked. So yeah, I think I'm happy. Yeah, and just like, so with Robert Llewellyn coming in, and we also got the shift with Hilly is now in charge, although they still call her Holly. I always call her Hilly though, which kind of, there was a double-edged thing to this, that meant Holly's role was diminished because suddenly you've got Kryten there all the time to do all the exposition stuff, tech-heavy dialogue. Good in a way because the chemistry is just fantastic with Kryten and them, and like say in that first episode, he's just in backwards. Like, I remember watching and thinking, oh yeah, because your memory, you're thinking, oh, he'd been there a while, but then I realized that's his first ever appearance as Kryten, and there's just you wouldn't know at all. You would just think he'd been there from the start.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, in the first episode, you already set up with Kryten, who's basically learning how to drive the Starbug and doing an examination under Rimmer. And what sets up the story is, what's that thing? Oh, it appears to be like a time hole. I was like, no, that is not, no, it's not. It's a whatever it was, the orange swirly thing.
He had the book of identify this.
It was a collapsing dwarf star or something along those lines. And then he goes, that's a time hole.
No, it was even Holly says, no, it's a time hole. I said, no, you're all wrong. It's not a time hole. That's a time hole. And it's just, oh. But it's just a genius. That's another. It's just a genius episode backwards. The way it takes that kind of very kind of highbrow sci-fi concept of time running in reverse, and just has fun with it. Just it's always been Red Dwarf takes this kind of interesting sci-fi like they did with Polymorph.
Yes,
the idea, like this thing, and then just have some good fun with it as well. I've got to mention Chris Barry's performance in Polymorph as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
He becomes. I think it takes away his vanity, or
his fear,
or it wasn't his vanity. It's his fear, was it? Yeah, because
I think it's Lister loses. He becomes very.
Rimmer becomes let's plan things out. Let's try talking with it. Let's plan this. Guy with the glasses.
Do you know what it reminds me of? I think you might have memories of something like this. Maybe you as well, Keef. We all grow up and then we leave school, go away for our first years at university. Then we meet up that summer. We all say, let's meet up and there's that one guy, and it's going to sound bad, who took a humanities course.
Oh, yeah.
And he comes back. And it becomes like both sides are just as bad. You all, and you're like, what the hell has happened to you, man?
We need to meet in the middle. We need to discuss this like adults.
Yes, like you said, they're debating like Star Wars v Star Trek. And he goes, oh, well, when you take extreme views, it's just you're like, what? That is exactly like every friend group had one who came back from there.
Let's put a pin in that thought for now, and then let's see how you feel.
I know. It was always the guy who studied philosophy or politics, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
And I'm not putting, I like reading a good philosophy book or a politics book. But it's just that first year of uni, there's always one of your mates will come back, and you're just like, what the hell? Like, he's just trying to be the central, neutral balance of everything, and it drives you nuts when you have that first pint with him.
Hey, another thought I had about Polymorph is that you've got that. This is sort of sowing the seeds for the future of Ace and Dwayne Dibley and the kind of alter egos, because they come back to this concept quite a few times because it's such a good one, and the cast did so well with it in this first episode. But the cat without vanity, it's not far off Dwayne Dibley, is it? Really, it's just a couple of steps away.
No, not really. Dwayne Dibley.
Yeah, it's just a few. And so we haven't mentioned the other episodes. I think that's basically the first three are our best.
We have Body Swap, Time Slides, and The Last Day.
Right, Body Swaps is a big thumbs down for me. I always...
Yeah.
And it suffers from the same problem Parallel Universes had. It's one joke repeated over and over. And for the life of me, why did they dub the voices in this? I can't understand. Because in the previous season, we saw Chris Barry do his impression of... And he said, just do that. That would have been really funny to see that. And then have Craig Charles do his impression of Chris Barry as Rimmer.
Yeah.
The dubbed voices are so bad. And it's one of the times... And I just... Why did you do that? You didn't... But then it's... Like I said, once the body swap happens, it's... Again, it's a symptom. Like, I don't think they knew where to go.
I suppose additionally, you're doing this for an entire episode as opposed to like a 5-minute, burst. So, I suppose you couldn't hold up. You probably couldn't hold off impressions like that for a long period of time without taking breaks.
Well, Chris Barry could, because he's a trained impressionist.
He'd be the only one who could do that.
And you could have the episode of him, going rogue like that. Chris Barry as Lister, like just have it on. I think Craig Charles could have pulled up an interpretation. If you remember, there's a good episode of Stargate. Remember when they switch bodies?
Yeah.
And remember O'Neill's and Teal'c's body.
And they actually do that with the entire crew just to restore things back to normal. I know the episode you're on about.
And they basically do it for a whole 40 minutes. I've got to imagine when you got talented actors, like they could have easily pulled that off. I don't think it could have been as difficult as you think. I
think my favorite, just to go off sideline, just for reference in the SG1 there, my favorite bit of that episode was, O'Neill in Teal'c's body, threatening Teal'c in O'Neill's body not to shave. Shave the heads.
We're going to have fun when we get to Stargate. Don't worry.
Yes.
So, another one. This is like. So yeah, this gets a thumbs down. Body swap. I could. It's like with parallel. I could leave it out, and
I prefer it to Parallel Universe. I see what you mean. A joke that's repeated over and over. Again, similar to Parallel Universe. Concept was there, idea was there, but the actual produce is
At least a Parallel Universe, it introduces the new Holly to us. It's got that. There's nothing really new introduced in Body Swap at all. There's nothing fresh explored, or
the only thing that gets explored is Rimmer getting the chance to eat and be a human, at least for a little bit.
And the chili con carne reference is good.
Yeah. Which they kind of already did with Better Than Life, because remember he said, I can eat and drink in this body, and I've been able to have sex twice in my life. I'm doing it after, like, it's just like it just feels like it's just lots of bits that were done better in a lot of other places. And they said this one I can skip it every time I go through my rewatch.
Yeah, I feel like the first 3 episodes are definitely more memorable for the season.
Yeah. And so I can hear your kid there. He doesn't like it either. He's whimpering hearing about that episode. So we'll go on to the next one. Time slides. Opinions on this one?
I quite liked the idea of it. The ability to go into these different scenarios based on these, photo slides. And it was to do with the water, the mixture used to kind of develop them.
Was it something with stasis? And usually they use stasis to explain anything time related.
But it was I think it was to do with what the photos were developed in. And I think there's a couple of times where I think doesn't Rimmer try to use this chance to go meet one of his favorite sort of fascist dictators briefly?
He does, and then Lister goes into the picture, and before this was even a concept in people's heads, he goes and punches Hitler. Which is just like, if you couldn't love Lister anymore, he was punching Nazis before it was even a beloved activity for a lot of us. Yeah.
Yes. So Lister got to Hitler before Indiana Jones did. Oh no, it wasn't even. Yeah.
No, Indiana Jones was before.
Was it before?
1981.
Oh, bugger.
So Lister was doing it for Britain then. We'll say that. And it's just Rimmer's react. You can't just lamp on the Führer, Lister.
There's some good bits in this episode, definitely.
I think that's it for me. Good bits, but overall, the whole doesn't quite stick together. Not a bad episode. I'd say just above average kind of thing. Just a good a wee bit of exploration into Rimmer's past. Get to see him in boarding school.
Yes, because I think he tries to go. Doesn't he use the time slides to go back and try and fix his past and have himself grow up to be this, famous inventor or something?
Yeah, and it's like is this the one not at the start when Rimmer's watching like his old family? Like, great times. Look at my brother. Should we just? And then they're just basically staking him down to the ground.
Yeah,
and it's this the first time we see his mother.
Yes, I think. Actually, no. I think you.
No.
What am I on? So you actually see a picture from. You see a video of his mother in polymorph. That's when his brothers are pinning him down, and then that's when Kryten goes, "Oh, who's this? An old girlfriend, perhaps?" Like, no, it's not. It's not girlfriend. Oh, not. Definitely not to your taste. Not to the trout like that. It's my mother.
I called her a fish. I called her the ugliest fish. Oh my god! He just keeps laying. It's okay, Kryten. It's okay. Is that the episode that introduces Kryten's groin attachment for?
Yes, polymorph as well, because he starts. It looks like he starts shagging Lister with it.
Yeah, but it's like when he polymorph. And I say, well, you can just attach it. Yeah, I've even got an egg whisk. Can I make omelets? No one ever seems to want to eat them, though, and I don't know why. Because is it not
Oh,
that,
there's a penny in there.
is it not that Lister's kebab comes alive and tries to kill him? And
Yeah, that's the polymorph.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first form we see of it. And then, which is quite interesting because people always think the polymorph's an alien, and it's not. I don't think there's actually any aliens in Red Dwarf. It's
because the polymorph is designated as a genetic life form made by man to create the perfect warrior. Yeah,
it's Gelfs they call them in the end, isn't it? That's the term. And it's like a reoccurring thing. And it's quite. They managed to go how many volumes of this, and then they've never once that we might as well just stick some aliens in here. It's quite remarkable they managed to stick to that. Just what's that? Yeah, that's not a comment. It's just we've got some AI in the chat. But
could be a Gelf.
Yep. No,
it could be a Gelf.
I think. See the last one of this volume. I think it's very underrated. Doesn't get talked about enough in the Red Dwarf.
Oh, last day when Kryten's he's about to expire.
Yeah, because for me, it does what Waiting of God didn't do for me. I know you love that one, Ralph.
But
this one really explores religion and all that in a very fun, interesting way as well.
And they introduce do they not introduce Silicon Heaven in that episode?
Yes, that's where all the calculators go.
Where will all calculators go?
So is it like human heaven? Oh, don't be ridiculous. That's just an idea you guys came up with just so you wouldn't be scared of dying.
Yeah. It's great to see this level of detail on Kryten as well, isn't it? You know, he's only just joined the series and basically got almost, it's not a solo episode, but it's focused on him.
Yeah, an episode to kind of flesh him out a bit as well, and how
definitely
he's designed for subservience and all that.
And it also it sets up that part of the episode is part of his program is he cannot lie as a mechanoid, and then you have the hunter come in to essentially try and replace him, and has to physically try and kill him because Kryten doesn't want to get replaced. Yeah. And then the whole Silicon Heaven wraps up beautifully, because the only way that Kryten's able to defeat that new mechanoid is tell him that Silicon Heaven isn't real, and that new mechanoid goes, "But where do all the and that really scary, where do all the calculators go?"
Yeah, it's almost a twist on that famous one, "I am a liar, everything I say is a lie."
Yeah,
like that famous logical paradox.
Yeah,
and it's like the Red Dwarf twist on it.
It's a clever episode.
Interesting, like when they first get the message, Robert Llewellyn out of makeup, and it just shows you, like, as a kid, I did not realize that. I had no idea, but it just shows you how good he is as Kryten. Like now it's like very obvious, but as a kid, I was just, I wonder who that is playing the recall person.
Yeah, it is a good episode, this for definite. I think it's often overlooked, and actually rewatching it again made me think, this is a great finale to the series.
Yeah, it's a good way to just finish it off there, because again, just setting up some good stuff for the next series. So, also, the new theme tune is also present. We've kind of alluded.
Yes.
I like it, but I'm just sad to see the old one go. I think we've said
that whole, I think as we've discussed in the previous 2 episodes about said saga, how the introduction of the isolation of space for which is primarily Lister just goes, and you just see Red Dwarf come in, and you hear that sort of rocket noise, and instantly you get into this sort of clip shots of each scene from the series plus the previous season.
Because it's also, I think, Red Dwarf is also when they started to introduce more action elements as well.
And
it's got to be said, it's quite a genius idea to have Craig Charles do a lot of action, because he pulls it off surprisingly very well. And again, it ties into that theme of him as the last human having to rise up above a station to become something more. I think there's a lot of that. And sorry, just to go back, what I found interesting with time slides as well was when we see the alternate Lister that didn't go into space and all that. And I think they, even Rimmer realizes Lister kind of needs Rimmer, or
Mhm.
else he would become that awful person. Like Rimmer's the one that's kept Lister the grounded, decent human
Yeah.
being that he is in a way, because Rimmer's so awful, basically. And
No, all of
and
us
of
need
course-
Rimmer in our lives.
yeah, we need a Rimmer to keep us through. But there's also that thing, is he not going on, oh, nothing good ever happens to me? And then at the end, he finds out he's alive and he's running, I'm
Mhm.
alive, I can eat. And then he runs, shouting, I'm alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they go, ah, and they just go, what was that? Oh, don't know.
Yeah, just talking
Yeah, I
about
think all in all,
the
it's a
music.
pretty good season.
Sorry, Kieran.
Oh,
I
sorry,
was just
carry
going to say
on.
about the music, that watching this again, I really did think it's too noisy, that music. It's just too much. It ties in with that Have I Got News for You theme, which is like an instant migraine to me. It's just like too loud,
Oh,
too
yeah.
full on. And Red Dwarf's a bit more sophisticated than that.
Yeah. See, I think I like it with Have I Got News for You because it's this loud, bombastic thing and it's very dry political humour. So it's like that kind of contrast works well.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Especially if you have Brian Blessed hosting the episode.
that's true.
Yes. we could do a whole on the first time he did that was just I don't know
Yeah.
what was going on with him, but it was whatever it was worth it.
He's a genius. He's an absolute genius. We need him
Yeah.
to come to Ocon.
Oh my god,
No,
that would
we
be
don't.
brilliant.
We don't. He can just do it from his house. We'll hear him okay.
Yeah.
So, any other favourite moments here in this? Any like personal highlights?
Again, referencing polymorph when they have to fight it off, and it turns into the thing that Lister is afraid of the most. What am I thinking of? No, I'm actually thinking of when Polymorph 2 comes along, so that's
Right.
far ahead. I'm just confusing Polymorph episodes. But it was, I'm referencing the lager, the only thing that kills a Vindaloo.
Yes.
I think that's the later season. I think that's Polymorph 2.
Yeah, and that's
Never
when
mind,
it is,
ignore me.
and that's it. That is when Dwayne Dibley and Ace Rimmer appear, isn't it?
Mhm, yeah, it is.
It's,
One of the
it's
things
always like I think. Sorry, carry on.
I was just going to say one of the
Carry on.
other things I noticed was that the cat's intelligence fluctuates over series. So some series he basically is barely functioning, and in others he can pilot Starbug, he can detect things. You know, he's pretty sophisticated. He was quite thick in this series.
Yeah.
You own a cat yourself,
Yeah,
Kieran.
I have
That
two.
is
I've got one as
cats.
well.
1 second they're the elegant,
Mhm.
perfectly balanced
mean-
creatures walking about, and then next you're wondering.
My two, my
Yeah.
oldest is probably arguably elegant. She's definitely clever. She can, both of them can open doors. I'll tell you that.
But
Clever enough to
cats,
figure things out.
cats are like that though. They look
yeah,
elegant,
they're incredible.
and then the next they're just blundering idiots. So you just what the heck
Yeah.
is going on with you?
More likely, it's Ducky that's the blundering idiot because he's the younger one, and he's not an arsehole, but he's a dickhead at times.
Well, that's the thing with cats, just in general. We're going to bash on cats for a little bit here. So sorry, cat owners, for losing that audience. Yeah, but you all know cats, their mood just changes on the situation. Like,
I'm quite lucky with my two. They're not like psychopathic cats. They won't lash out at you at all. They're very friendly.
but I've just seen being at so many people's houses with cats, and you just stroke them, and then they go, nah. I'm done now. Just out of the blue, biting you and running away and hissing. So,
if you had met my previous cat, she passed away back in 2021. There is, I think my sister will need to probably censor this just in case, but we've sworn so much on these episodes anyway, so it should be fine.
Sure.
But my late cat Snooks, the perfect word to describe her was cuddle slut.
Okay. I think we can get away with that.
yeah.
Come on, we had the man himself, Simon Butler, and said nothing's coming close to that.
Did you do a count of how many
has-
swear
it's
words
nothing.
Simon used? Did you do a tally of how many?
No.
Double
We'll
fingers,
probably
definitely,
rewatch
wasn't
the
it?
episode and give a 3.
Oh, is it you never caught the pre-show chat when he asked us,
Mhm.
"Oh, you know, are you guys okay with swearing?" And we said,
Mhm.
"Well, some mild swearing's okay." So he goes, all right, I'll keep it clean." And he was for about 10 minutes, wasn't he? And then it's almost like that the scouseness just rebelled in it. Like,
I'd rather rub
almost,
shit in my eye.
it's like we said, like it was almost like a cat. He just changed. Just no, just gotta let the full scout just run riot here.
Very
And then you have,
entertaining.
by contrast, the previous Scouser that we've had on, who's just sweet as anything.
Yes, which is ironic because he plays like a hell demon.
Yeah.
So there's your 2 modes of Scouse.
Yep. The Scouts are fantastic folk, by the way. I know it kind of seems like we're making fun of you, but no, we do love a bit of Scouts in our lives, especially on this show. It's enriched this show so
Should
much.
be a fragrance. Scouse. You can't live without it.
What would it smell like, Kieran? Come on,
so-
let's just explore this. What would Scouse smell of? Hint of the Mersey. Hint
Lager.
of lager, yeah. Dash of kebab.
I was
Dash
kebab, yeah.
And
I
a
was going to
Vindaloo.
say, but Vindaloo would be like if Geordie was a fragrance. Well, that's Magaloo, isn't it? Which I've had a Magaloo. I have eaten one, which I regretted. And
Just to
I don't know
balance
why
the books
that
here.
exists.
Just
We're
to balance
slowly-
the books a little bit, though, we've got to talk about the Hebridean perfume then, which would, of course, include black pudding, sheep dip, a few
Peat.
other local delicacies. Peat, of course, yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
and of course the
We're
lovely.
going from Red Dwarf discussion to what would a county smell like?
Yeah,
What a
this would be-
fragrance.
this would be like, in a weird way, this would be the most Red Dwarf episode where they come up with fragrances based on regions in Britain. And of course, you missed the one fragrance for the Hebrides, the lovely aroma of Gucca.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Why it's still
Now
love
you're
it.
talking.
We should- We're not going to get into the Gucca debate, the great Gucca debate of the year. For anyone who doesn't have a clue what we're on about, I don't think you're missing out on much, really.
It's Seagull, just so you know.
It's burnt,
Janet.
burnt, salted, burnt and salted seabird. That's basically what a Gucca is. It's every bit as
Say baby
amazing.
It's a baby gannet.
Yeah.
It's a baby gannet.
It's a baby gannet.
It's a baby gannet, Dave.
Yeah. And,
Okay,
and
Keith.
we can bring her back to Red Dwarf, like with food. When Lister is preparing his kebab for the cat, he's run out of dishes, and so he's
Yes.
using medical supplies to set.
That was brilliant, wasn't it?
Again, polymorph.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's using scalpels for knives, and
Yeah.
was he
A
using
syringe.
was he
Is
using the
the
colostomy
flasks.
bag?
I can't remember the name.
Yeah.
I can't remember a specific name, but there's science flasks. He's
Yeah,
using them as
conical
wine
flasks.
glasses.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
using, they call it the kidney dishes, isn't it? I think
Yeah.
using that, and he's also, did he use a colostomy bag as well? I think.
I
think
so.
he
also,
did, didn't he?
as
Yeah.
well as a cow insemination.
Yeah, it's the syringe.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's like not big.
And yeah, it was just like you wait so much effort for this meal, and the cat just walks away saying, "Nope, not doing this." and also, and there's another thing, again on food. Was it that episode where Kryten brings in this lovely meal for him, or is it like a? What was it? And Kryten throws it in the, and listen, I'm not having that. And Kryten throws it in the bin, and then Lister just, once he's gone, just starts marching
Yes.
out the bin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And, and then he
might
puts
be
it
a later
underneath the
episode.
hat, and the cream's just oozing out. Again, it's just like, even when these episodes are misfiring, there's so much good stuff in it.
Yeah.
And like, even like in Body Swap, when he fasts that, Rimmer just pats his face into mashed potatoes and then pours gravy over
Yes.
his head.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
And the idea
Yeah.
of he's meant to be trying to get Lister to be fit and be healthier, and he's just like gorging himself.
He just goes absolutely mental. Again, it's like, I feel they could have explored more that, right, they could have set up the altar, and we're going to get a little bit extra. He's got a body again, but it's Lister's body. And so he's got the urges of a man. Would he do the 5-knuckle shuffle in Lister's body or not? What do you think? If you were in that position where you were in another man, would you? Could you? There you go. There's
can't believe we're being asked this
philosophical
question.
dilemma. Yes.
People in the
you-
comments, what do you think?
Yeah,
I think
yeah. Put your comments in the
Rimmer
chat.
would. Yes. If you've gone without one for ages and you were in another person's body, would you go for it?
I mean, if you've been without for over 3 million years, at some point.
Well, I don't think Rimmer's been conscious for 3 million years, has he? Because I think he was switched on when Lister came out of stasis.
That's true, or just shortly before, yeah. Never mind then.
So yeah, there's like one answer in the comments. That great, that thought of putting everyone's head. You wake up in the body of your most loathed enemy, and you haven't had any relief in a long time. Do you, or do you not?
Oh, is this before or after you do a comparison?
Yes.
This is an X-rated episode,
Yeah,
isn't it? Forget Simon's.
This is yeah. This is Robbie. I don't know what things you're going to put on the screen for this discussion. That's more what's worrying me now.
Yes.
Robbie's
I mean,
just.
I think she'd be tempted to just put up a big massive wang, but I don't think she'd go that far.
She might put up various vegetables on the screen or something.
Oh, probably.
She's
Eggplant.
too classy to lower the tone.
Like I know, but
Yeah, my sister's.
did you call Robbie classy?
Absolutely.
Oh no.
My sister's kind of like, right, challenge accepted.
Yes, she won't take me and Kieran calling her not classy as an insult. She just takes it as a challenge to be less classy.
And considering she can clear out a pub with a burp. So
Wow, that's a Lister sort of achievement, isn't it?
Which is like, when you think of that, and of all the countries she went to live in now, she's living in Italy, and she's that crude. It's like that's the last place you associate with crudeness, isn't it? Sorry, we've just turned into now. Let's just talk about
our editor.
So yeah, she's going to love all this talk. I have no idea what she's going to do to us in post-production for all of this.
She'll leave wee little Easter eggs for each of us, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yes.
The fact she's kept quiet in the comments is quite an achievement, though, isn't it? Maybe she's doing something else.
Yeah.
Maybe she's just gone to put some washing on or something,
think-
you know.
Oh, Ralph, you're.
Well, everybody does it.
Doing the washing because. Okay,
Not
right,
at all.
okay, because that could have been going another way. That.
Oh, no, but you know what do people do during meetings when they work online? You know, they nip down and put the washing machine on, let the dog out. You know, fry some eggs or something. You know,
She does have a dog.
does she? So yeah,
Yeah.
could be walking the dog then, while we get away with murder.
So.
Oh, good. I leave you lot unattended for 45 minutes, and we've arrived at that conversation. I've accessed every philosophical text ever written. I've analysed the meaning of life. I've even listened to Rimmer explain military strategy, and somehow I'm now listening to a debate that would make Talkie Toaster sound intellectually rigorous. I did consider asking Cynthia, but after publicly declaring my feelings for a Sinclair C5, I think I've suffered enough humiliation for one series. I suppose asking Rimmer for advice on self-love would be redundant. He's been doing it for years. I did try a mindfulness exercise. Breathe in, breathe out. It worked right up until Callum opened his mouth. I spare a thought for Robin. She's listened to this conversation more times than any human should. Kieran, I thought you'd know better. Ralph, so did everyone else. And Callum, if Evolution has a complaints department, I'll be filing a report. If anyone needs me, I'll be in Silicon Heaven. They've got calculators. They've got toasters and apparently a much higher standard of conversation. I'll leave you to crack on. I've got an IQ of 6,000, and somehow I'm now the least embarrassing thing in this room.
Shall we go get back to the series before? Some more, any other standout moments or just overall thoughts on? Oh, and also, can't believe Starbug finally makes its
Yes.
first.
Oh, yes, it does.
They got rid of what was called the blue bug.
Which they still have.
They still kind of have, but it's got phased out, and I think they did said it looked a bit too. I think they said 1950s sci-fi in design.
Yeah, because you see it briefly in Marooned, because I believe it's the it's the shuttle that Kryten and the cat use when they have to evacuate Red Dwarf.
Yeah,
and you only see it for about a few seconds, and then I think that's it for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
They needed Starbug. It's great.
We did. Yeah, and I can't believe we never met. Like Holly's first few bits and backwards are also fantastic. It's like, was it they're approaching 5 black holes, isn't it, or something like that?
That's Marooned.
Yeah, Marooned.
Yeah. That's Marooned. That's why they have to evacuate. And then at the end of the episode is like, oh, it turns out it wasn't black holes. What was it? Grit.
But no, it's at the start when they ask, I think it's how this Smeg did you not notice 5 black holes? So well, you see, one of the chief characteristics of a black hole is it's black and space is black, so it makes them quite difficult to spot, really.
And then that gets wrapped up. But the thing you see, the thing about Grit is.
But yeah, it's just a shame she gets kind of so much more sidelined as it goes on. And that's the thing. Can you think? Is there an actual Hilly centric episode? I don't think.
Not really. Is. You get more Holly centric episodes, like for example the Queeg from the previous season that everyone loves and adores. But there's no Hilly.
The nearest we get with anything is like, is it when Hilly she becomes a super AI? Remember,
I don't know if that's. I don't think that's this season. I think that might be the next one.
Yeah. That's the nearest thing we get to anything that expands on her in any way. And it's a shame because I've seen her in other things, and I've seen some of her stand-up work, and I just say, they wasted her. Like, like her deadpan delivery and all that's fantastic. Like, would equal Norman Lovitz, and they never seem to just utilize her fully at all.
Yeah. Norman Lovett was great.
She definitely has a lot of potential, for sure.
I miss Norman Lovett in this series. I did. As much as she's great, I just think Norman Lovett was so good in those first couple of series, particularly Queeg, one of my all-time favourite episodes. I missed him. She's good, like a regeneration in Doctor Who. She's good, but she's not Norman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I take it in the exposition in the first episode. I'm guessing the Holly to Hilly gets explained in that title crawl.
Yep. If you guys talk, I'll try and find that exposition text and I can read it out to you.
Talk. Rhubarb.
Sensible.
Custard.
What is it? What's the first episode?
Quick, stole them.
Okay, so tell you what, Kieran.
Okay, that's enough stealing snow.
What we can talk about is, would you resequence this season? Because to my mind, you've got the first 3 episodes are awesomely good, and then you've got a dip with the final 3. A bit of a resequence would have made this season, I think, even better. Backwards, would have been probably the best one for me.
At least having a good start, a good middle, and a good end.
Yeah.
Then you have like 3 spaces for like kind of. I don't think any of them to me were terrible. Yeah. It's just more to do with which episodes for me were more memorable.
Yeah, agreed. Because there's some great stuff in all of them. They're all funny. They were all a pleasure to watch. It's just some of them were so good that the others just didn't seem quite that good. I think the standard has been set so high. And it's just the thinking behind them as well. Some of the ideas are just so innovative. And they're really tapping into that sci-fi, pushing boundaries of the Gelfs and backwards. The whole concept of backwards. Can you imagine the producers' faces when they pitched that idea? We're going to have a world where everything's backwards. it must have been like, oh yeah, where can we go with this?
And isn't just a world in itself that's backwards. It is literally Earth, because they utilize time.
Yeah.
So it's like they go backwards in time.
Yeah.
But obviously, the slight difference is it's almost similar to a parallel universe, but not quite.
Yeah.
Or, someone who could actually define it a lot better, because it isn't really a parallel universe because it's not set in the same time zone and blah blah.
Yeah.
But the idea that's it's to do with time, but everything's just running back the way. And I love the language that's used. So it's like in Kryten, good, with the first episode, Kryten being the exposition of the tech lingo, the technobabble, and how everything starts off with a big bang and time goes on. Then you have the big crunch when everything starts contracting and reversing.
That actually is a theory in physics that it's going to expand, and that's one of the many models of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't know, it's again, it's simplified for later. It doesn't mean that time's going to run backwards in that way, but things will kind of revert to an earlier state. I think that's what they mean by it. Again, that's my limited knowledge of quantum physics, though.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, if you're in the chat, please speak up now.
Yes, of course. You'll watch this episode. That looks like the stimulating intellectual conversations I've wanted to have all my life.
Far from it.
This looks like an intellectual group I can match my skill with.
So here we go. I found the text. So it says Red Dwarf 3, the saga continues. The story so far. 3 million years in the future, Dave Lister, the last human being alive, discovers he is pregnant after a liaison with his female self in a parallel universe. His pregnancy concludes with a successful delivery of twin boys, Jim and Bexley. However, they were conceived in another universe with different physical laws. They suffer from highly accelerated growth rates and are both 18 years old within 3 days of being born. In order to save their lives, Lister returns them to the universe of their origin, where they are reunited with their father, a woman, and are able to lead comparatively normal lives. Well, as normal as you can be if you're born in a parallel universe. Your father's a woman and your mother's a man, and you're 18 years old 3 days after your birth. 3 days shortly afterwards, Kryten, the service mechanoid who had left the ship after being rescued from his crash vessel, the Nova 5, is found in pieces after the space bike crash lands into an asteroid. Lister rebuilds the Noid, but is unable to recapture the former personality. Meanwhile, Holly, the increasingly erratic Red Dwarf computer, performs a head sex change operation on himself. He bases his new face on Holly, a female computer with once he had fallen madly in love. And now the saga continues. Red Dwarf 3, the same generation nearly. There we go. And I was trying to read it at the same speed it goes past the screen, but that's actually what it says.
I mean, I got as far as Jim and Bexley.
Yes. But it's the classic Red Dwarf to explain how everyone's... And by the way, the channel that explanation was on YouTube is called Everybody's Dead Dave, which is a brilliant
Excellent. We've got to say hi to Katrina Taylor, who's put a comment in the chat. But she hasn't provided any quantum physics information for us, or any other crucial answers to questions we've asked. Which, please, Katrina, can you
we're not going to, and we're not going to ask you the question to our philosophical conundrum earlier. I think we're leaving you well out of that question. I know
Absolutely.
who Katrina is, by the way. She probably would give us an answer as well. But no
pressure.
We've got less than 3 minutes, so
no, please don't. So she heard it. She heard us talking about it. It's one of these things. I think after this episode, please never mention that again, guys. It's just you
brought it up, Cal. Let's be fair.
Conundrum.
Yeah, exactly. It's your fault, Callum.
Entirely.
It's in your heads now, and we await Robbie's mercy to see what she does with that segment.
You need the mind bleach after this.
Like I say,
it's more than a segment that she has to play with.
Yes, it's Robbie, given the classy woman she is, I'm sure she's going to come up with something incredible there. So with that, we are coming to the end. So where do you guys rank season the third, epoch the third?
I'd probably put like Marooned and Polymorph. Polymorph is more memorable to me,
Yeah.
Because it's just how silly it is. But Marooned is good, like as we've discussed, in terms of like storytelling and character development. But Polymorph, just in terms of just pure silliness and the parody of horror.
Okay. And for you, Ralph?
Well, I think those first 3 episodes are incredible, and the last 3 are just not quite as good. But the increased budget, the addition of Kryten are great additions as the series progresses. It's hard to measure it against the other two, but some great moments in this season.
Yeah, it's kind of on a par with the other two. It's obviously there's been a step up, and I think the production team and everyone are just a lot more confident in what they're doing. And I think they've established themselves now in the weird world that was, alternative comedy at the time. And like they've kind of found their niche there. And it's like I said, I mean, I've even just glanced at what's to come up. And I just looked at, season 4 and just said, there's not a weak link in that one.
I know.
It's like, it just gets better and better and it builds to a certain level. And then sadly it will tail off a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's one thing I can say just off about Red Dwarf. It's never really just gone awful.
No.
I think it's gotten mixed at times. That's the worst. Like, even on a mixed season, you can still rely on there being just enough good stuff to keep you invested.
Yeah.
There's never been like what season was it of Game of Thrones, the last one, the season 7, where which everybody hates. There's not been like that kind of season where everyone, what have they done?
Yeah.
It's always watchable. It's always just so watchable. It's like even like Back to Earth, that movie they did for Dave, which not a fan of, but I admit there's some good bits in there. They throw in enough good stuff. So, but yeah, it's hard to rank this one yet because I think it's on a par with 2. So it would be like 3 and 2, and then 1 just below because it's still a bit rough around the edges.
Yeah.
Still, it's like finding their feet.
Yeah, and they were still sort of in series. I think they were still very invested in making their own lore rather than exploring the characters. And wisely they went with, we've got these fantastic characters, let's just have fun with them and let's explore some of the classic sci-fi ideas.
Yeah.
And it's like, as we mentioned, the one that keeps coming back is the characters in alternate versions of themselves, which it never fails when they do one of those. There's so many more, like it's one of the all-time greatest to come, which I'm sure we'll talk about in depth when it comes along.
Yeah.
So with that, I think you know what comes up next. We're ending the show. So it's time for, and Katrina, you're watching away there. If you can't, it's time for season 3 trivia time. So, Smeg Hebs, are you ready?
As ready as we'll ever be.
Appearances are never ready. Right. That's a good one. In backwards, what language does Lister think the locals are speaking?
Bulgarian.
He first said it. Oh, jeez, there we go.
Yeah, I got one.
I think you might get it. In Marooned, Rimmer claims he felt at home visiting the palace of which historical figure?
Alexander the Great.
Okay.
Macedonia.
So in Polymorph, Rimmer cites a directive warning to never tangle with anything that has more teeth than which family?
The Osmonds. The Osmonds?
Yes, it actually is the Osmonds.
Hey! I actually got one at last.
See, that's the kind of I was going to say old man cred, but
it is. Old man cred. You're right.
No, seasoned gentleman cred. Shall we go with that?
Thanks,
I like Paprika. That's a good season.
So in body, where are we? All right, in Body Swap, which ship system was accidentally wired into the auto-destruct mechanism?
Was it? Oh, was it the was it to do with engineering?
No, Ralph. I'll give us.
Was it the washing machine?
Maybe.
The washing machine.
No, it was the snack machine. Remember?
Snack machine.
Remember when Lister he orders a milkshake, isn't it? His beer milkshake.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
which I think after this season disappears. They don't have the
Yeah.
beer milkshake, which is a shame. I love
Yeah.
that idea. Okay, in time slides, Holly announces Lister invented the tension sheet at age 17. How old was the inventor when he died in a plane crash? And what was he doing at the time?
The original inventor, or
No, I think was it Lister? Yeah, it is Lister. Like, remember he becomes mega rich.
he's
Yeah.
in his.
And
was it
he says
90s?
he died tragically in a plane crash at.
He was like 93.
No, Ralph.
92.
No, he was 98 and he was making love to many women at the time. So. All right, in Last Day, what item did Kryten not include in Lister's breakfast?
Oh, did not include. Right. Sausages?
Yep. There you go. Is that a total guess?
That was a guess.
Well, the chef should know.
Yeah.
In Marooned, what item does Lister say he nearly dropped because he was so excited during his first sexual
Skateboard.
Yep.
Yeah,
Consider we're
skateboard,
just
yeah.
talking about it.
Yeah. Okay. In Polymorph, Rimmer is confused because holograms don't produce heat. What else does he say doesn't produce heat?
It would have been a snappy comeback, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Lister's heart? No.
No. It's one of those in context that kind of make when you read the line, but then when you think about Rimmer's delivery so often.
No, I can't get it.
He's looking at his Lister going, neither do humans, so what are they homing in on? So, in The Last Day, Kryten says he can look forward to his reward in what afterlife?
Silicon Heaven.
Oh, jeez.
Is it Silicon Heaven?
Silicon Heaven? Yes, it's Silicon Heaven. In Backwards, Rimmer tells Kryten to make himself inconspicuous. What bizarre disguise does Kryten end up wearing?
He's wearing a Ronald Reagan mask, and he's
Yeah.
also got like a massive sort of monk-like robe.
And I'll give Ralph maybe might be able to get. So why is that a bit of an in-joke then, that he comes back with a Ronald Reagan mask?
Ooh,
I'll give you a clue. Think Chris Barry, what he...
Oh,
was
yes,
trained in.
he used to do the Ronald Reagan voice on Spitting Image.
And it's probably one of his most famous impressions as well. It's
Yeah.
Go and watch some classic Spitting Image. It's phenomenal. It is phenomenal. So, yeah, Richard, and there was also a vampire cape, but we'll give it to. Oh, sorry, we'll give it to Richard Nixon. We'll give it to the Ronald Reagan mask. But yeah, I'll give you, Robbie, give Ralph an extra point for getting the why that was an in joke. So, I don't know what the scores are after that, and
I got at least 3.
You did pretty well today, Kieran.
I almost never will.
and so with that
Do I get a cookie?
you get something all right. Anyway, we'll draw that to a close. So, just quick final words on the 3rd season, Kieran.
Pretty decent start, and not terrible. Not it's like split 50-50.
Yeah.
Good, decent start, and sort of not terrible. Other half, but good memorable bits here and there.
Yeah. And Ralph, your own
Well,
thoughts on it?
what Kieran said, really, but I think we've got the foundations for some amazing future episodes that are in this season.
Yeah.
And those concepts are getting honed, the backgrounds are getting honed. I know we're 3 seasons in here, but without these 3 seasons, the next season wouldn't be the work of genius that it is.
Yeah. It's basically, this is, like I said at the start, it's the start of Prime Red Dwarf.
Yeah.
Like the sets are now what they, and also forgot to admit the one thing we did lose, which they brought back a season that's very mixed as 7 is the bunk scenes.
Yes.
between. I do miss those. Those were like some great, but they kind of did that with Marooned in a way. That was essentially a whole hunt scene.
Yeah. I mean, you get
But-
one glimpse in the first episode where Lister and the cat are watching the Flintstones.
Yes.
and
we
debating
forgot that.
Yeah, we did.
and they're debating on whether or not if they prefer
Wilma.
Wilma over Betty.
Yeah, and like, and so when Lister goes, "Oh, this it's just completely unrealistic." She'd be thinking of Fred the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, that little sequence is absolute writing genius, isn't it? It's just so good.
Yeah, and it's that kind of weird thing that sort of maybe when we were in our teens, as we kind of had those bizarre conversations. Just when you're there with your friends, just watching. Is this cartoon character hot or not?
So, come on, Kieran, who are you going to pick, Wilma or Betty?
Yeah, no pressure. Mel, yeah.
Yeah.
Is she listening to this?
No, she's not listening.
She's just off camera.
Yeah. Did
With
she
a
give up?
child.
Did she give after the conundrum part? I think she might have given up then.
To be honest, I have no opinion in either.
Oh.
That's the safe answer.
That's a cop out, right? Cal,
Play
come on.
the
Cal, which one are you going to pick, Wilma or Betty?
I'm going Betty.
Yeah, I think I'm going Betty as well.
I
So
did
we'll have to
consider
fight it out. She'd never leave Fred.
So, yeah, well,
Never leave Fred.
yeah. So there you go. With all that high class and philosophical discussion tonight, we'll leave that there. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and please, if you're listening and you're not traumatized or switched off, leave us a review, a like, and all that good stuff to help us boost us in the algorithm. We're doing fantastic, and I say, like, the podcast keeps growing, and I'm just amazed by it, and all these guys are involved, and we've got new 2 team members in the wing as well to expose to our insanity quite soon. So, and big thank you, Katrina, for taking part in the chat. It's much appreciated. And we'll see you I'm back on Thursday interviewing Katie Evans about the psychology of why we love horror. So, that's kind of one end of the intellectual spectrum to the other there in a week. So, again, just big thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you all very soon. Are we doing the salute as always to finish off?
Yep.
All right. See you, dudes.
Okay, later, dudes.